So now, karibu to Albo wa Cinema. Now. Candace Owens has been on a warpath against the French First Lady. Yes, I am one of those conspiracy theorists that believe, I actually believe her. I believe she's got a case here. So we are going to watch. First of all, there's this channel called Nate the Lawyer that does a lot of legal stuff over there. So I'm going to watch a bit of what he has. Then we are going to go to watch the video where Candice was talking about her on her channel. Candace, is Candace, whatever, Candace. So this is something that has intrigued me for a few. Like, imagine this, because I actually don't see from the reactions of Macron and his wife there's actually no way that this is not true, in my opinion. I think the fact that they've just sued, not they've not even said, okay, here is the woman's picture when she was 14, 15, or 18 or 30, all the things that have been claimed. They have not done that. Instead, it's like, oh, shut up about it. They talked to Orange Man Trump to talk to Candace and tell her to take it easy. She has a whole series about this thing. So we are going to listen up as to the reports. Kama kawaida, I give you my commentary. By the way, leave subscription there, around 10,000 subscribers. Yes. Now let's listen about the degeneracy of the West.
For the French president and his wife, and he was defamation in the U.S. So Candace Owens is being sued by French President Emmanuel Macron and his wife Brigitte.
What?
Yes, they are suing her for defamation in the U.S. because Candace Owens claimed that Brigitte is a man.
Oh my God.
Yes.
French President Emmanuel Macron and his wife Brigitte are suing right-wing podcaster and conspiracy theorist
Do you listen how they describe a right-wing podcast and conspiracy theories? This is supposed to be a serious news outlet, by the way, just feeding you stupid propaganda. The reason they do this, generally speaking, is that they don't even want you to listen to the person. The reason is that when, like, it's called, poisoning the well, so that the source of the information, they already told you, that's just a conspiracy theorist, that's just a nobody. The fact of the matter is, us conspiracy theorists have been right on so much that we are basically the fact checkers of all the nonsense. When we are talking about the beer bag, the famous beer bag, or everything that we are saying about it right now is coming out from everywhere. And anyway, CNN is a propaganda outfit. They're full of nonsense, especially this guy. Like, they're so arrogant. When Candace Owens has more viewership than this person and almost every single person that works at CNN, every program, she has more viewership multiple times. But they still think they're the ones calling the shots. It's hilarious. The conspiracy theorist. Idiot boy. This person here. Is he called Jake Tapper or one of them people? Useless human being.
Candace Owens. The defamation lawsuit filed today in Delaware claims that Owens has engaged in a, quote, relentless and unjustified smear campaign against the couple. The complaint goes on to allege that Owens spread outrageous conspiracy theories that France's First Lady could be a man.
A few moments later.
Really sick of this. I'm getting really sick of Brigitte Macron and the BS here that has just been flying everywhere from France to America, protecting what I view to be a sadistic syndicate. I said what I meant. And I want to be also clear, I think you're a man.
Yo, like, there's something that attracted me to this lady in terms of listening to her. Well, we don't need these disclaimers. I don't agree with her on everything. That's usually a stupid disclaimer and it's a cop-out. I agree with her enough to think that she's actually an honest player in this field. And when you're going to talk about somebody who just, because they want you to capitulate, even when the truth is right before your eyes, they would smear. It's called a smear campaign. So that you're not attached to the truth more that they're saying, oh, this is a liar, conspiracy theorist. The thing is that time has passed. Mainstream media, while it holds sway still in many circles, it has been extremely diluted by online content and personalities who are actually now able to go do research and give facts, so that the mainstream media does not get to just decide, this person is this way, and then they continue with their propaganda. By the time they are done with you on the other end, there you have no name to speak of. They've done this for so many years where they are the only source of information. Now they can't live with it. That now people can ask questions and go out and try and find out the truth. We'll listen to alternative voices all the time. Right now, these are the mainstream. Akina Candace, they have more viewership, they have more autonomy, and they actually can make arguments as we see fit. The mainstream media is no longer the people who decide what we think is right or not. And I love it. You see, there is a lot of bullshit in this space of internet and whatnot. And that's the beauty of it. Everything is out there, and if you bother about the truth, you'll go and look at enough sources that don't just agree with you. No. That you look at every source of information to come back out with as clear an image as is possible. Forget your biases.
What I'm saying is that you were born a man and you will die a man.
Yes.
That's the point I'm making.
Hey,
So give us a sample.
That's
I'll send my
fire.
doctors to take your blood. Figure it out real quick.
That's the part that I wanted to show you first before we go to her video. Because I wanted you to see the mainstream, how they react every single time any of these degenerates that they have out there, politicians, celebs, name it, they'll always come out and defend them, even when they're doing some of the sickest things in the world. Because if it holds true, by the way, France, the age for consent is 15. The French are degenerates. Let's just be real, man. And because of that, there's no criminal element about it, because this Brigitte Macron was this guy's teacher when he was 14, 15. And apparently there's information to suggest I'm just going to start calling it what it is. He started grooming this kid when he was 14. Because sometimes, these people say, no. If you're not going to show me that you're a woman, I don't believe you. So I'll call you he, the man that you are, and you're a degenerate that groomed a child from the time they're 14, 15. Until now, how did this guy, from nowhere, just there, president? He was just some guy in corporate or whatever. It's because there's this cult. I'm 100% convinced. There's this cult of people, powerful people, that are into some really sick stuff. Sorry, I have kind of a cold that's been going around, so I hope I don't sound too off. Yeah, there's a lot of sick bastards in this world. Very powerful sick bastards who've been doing things for decades. If you guys remember the Catholic Church and the abuse cases, they're all over the place. But some of you are still taking your tithe there. Maybe, by the way, I don't have the qualms about breaking rank with the tribe. When the tribe is sadistic and stupid, no, I don't care about that. There's a cost to it, obviously, but I'm happy to pay.
Appropriate time of my life for me to roll this clip, so let's roll it.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
That's why you're here.
Yes. This was a great movie,
here.
Gladiator. The first one, the second one was.
That's how I feel right now.
Denzel.
Me receiving my papers today. By the way, another lovely individual who delivered those papers to me. I really got to say, Tennessee, we are absolutely crushing it. The people that deliver the papers are just fantastic. They're so kind. They're always fans of mine. Anyways, I am floored. Are you floored?
Yes.
Because this is just goofy. You are officially a very goofy man, Brigitte. But I got to give it to you. You've definitely got balls. Fire everybody around you, and I mean literally everyone around you who told you that this was a good idea, that this was a very good idea for you to be the first sitting first lady of a country to file a lawsuit against a journalist of another country. You are literally making history in all the wrong ways.
You see, all he needed to do was come out and say, hey, Here is everything that proves I'm a woman. It doesn't take much. A picture. They're asking for a picture of this time. Because the one time that was brought out, it was like they were saying this is the brother, or they've never shown the brother. Says that's there. So the general consensus is that that's actually him. That the Brigitte, that's him. The picture they showed of the brother. I think I'll go back and place this so that you see it, because I don't want to go search. Maybe I should. Why are we doing things live? Brigitte Macron. Let's see. There's the picture when young. People have been searching, exploring young photos. Let's see. You see, let me tell you something. Google hides a lot of this stuff. So I think this is the picture. I think that let's check. This is the picture. I didn't know Ben and Zero about the land. Neither did I. Is this one? Where is that thing? This one. So he was on internet and they wrote a play together. Brigitte said it was like working his boss. They fell mad enough at 17. Macron begged Brigitte to marry him. His parents thought he was dating her. He was dating her daughter, who was actually his classmate. His father literally fell off the chair when he learned the truth. The mother begged Brigitte to leave him alone until at least he turned 18. Brigitte could not make the promise. He was a genius and was destined to go off to Paris to study. She claimed it was an intellectual attraction. These people are sick. Brigitte and when husband separated, divorced 13 years ago, she was after me Macron. She and Emmanuel married the next year. Apparently, she lost all her friends over the relationship, but her children have accepted it and not how. So they even the children are not really there. She's now 69. He's 44. They keep pretending. I hope so. But on the other hand, so they're saying, this is them. Who's the people in the second photo? You see, they're trying to mix it up. Let's go to X. X is the mambo yote. Let's go to X. This is people on Google. By the way, guys, your searches are also being skewed. If they don't want you to find some information, they'll hide it. I'm sure you'll find it somewhere far, but you'll hide it. But X, everybody now, here is some cheerful First Lady Brigitte Macron. That is all. Okay, lovely. Fictive Brigitte, so no. Fictive Brigitte Tiffane Oxy. That's her daughter, Tiffane. They used to say Tiffane's baptism photo was also Brigitte, but not Bassett Brigitte daughter. There's no photo of Brigitte Macron as a woman before the age of 31. That's the thing. There's none. Like they just make up. So this is Brigitte Macron as a child after her first wedding. No. Yes, they do. I just went through this with Grok trying to convince me that Brigitte was her firstborn, Sebastian. There you go. If that's enough, cause this one and that's who it is. Let's see. This is we are doing investigation. Journalism. So, people. So what is this? Macron actually really liked being photographed, and Macron didn't really like being photographed. She was a simple teacher, but you can find several photos of the smiling redhead on the internet. Yeah, these people are hiding things. So they're trying to say no. Facial hair, slender figure, I don't know, had changed over the years. Interesting fact that this black his photo does eldest son Sebastian. Where are these kids? Well, her future husband was born 2 years later. This proves that the first lady was no flaws in her nature, but this does not mean that did not try to emphasize or improve. Like, what are you guys talking about? They're trying to gaslight. Anyway, that one is a dead end. They tried to find young photos of Brigitte, but to disprove the man theory, ended up finding a picture that looks an awful lot like Brigitte's daughter with the color removed. These guys are just playing a game. Look, like, yeah, what is what? Here is a trio with our elder son, with our first band. Where are they now? These children. The children, yeah, they just say, oh, for what it's what. There's nothing. This is the same person. The left is 20, the right is 30 when she began dating 50. Despite people are still recognizable as they get old. Yes, but what people don't lie. Pictures don't lie. If I'm wrong, so this. So here's the family photo. If one can't be certain, one should leave it alone. A rare family photo of Brigitte Macron when she was a child, claiming she at the center was a dead ringer for older brother Jean-Michel Trogno at the left. So this is supposedly Brigitte. Like, okay, who are this one? Who is this one? This one? Okay, they are going after Michelle Obama. Big Mike. Inside story, if you know, you know. But I don't think Michelle is a man. But this one, when they got married, it was one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. Like, this is a totally useless union. She can't really fuck, can she? He is like at the top of his game. Like, then he just took some 77. Like, get the hell out of here. Filing includes a description of the circumstances in which they met. The president was a 15-year-old at a Jesuit high school in Emie when he first encountered Brigitte, a 39-year-old married woman. This shit. First, finally, some photos of Brigitte Macron in her younger years. Let's see. Have I? Is it the one I'm checking? Shots. Let's check.
It is time for you to wake up. So we will start from the top here with a photo of Brigitte Macron. Real name, Jean-Michel Trogno.
That's what I thought also. What they're calling the older brother who's never is nowhere to be seen.
That person that you are looking at on the right is not a woman. Okay? Here is a photo, by the way, just over the years, Jean-Michel Trogno, as he became Brigitte.
Yeah, so that's the dude. Then slowly did the transition thing. You can't really transition, but
as I said, the evidence for this is overwhelming. That second.
You see how they mix up everything, this picture here, but they can't just say, here is this person in this picture, now here, or here is the grave. It's okay.
Photo. I believe they found a photo of him at a pride parade when he was just living as a homosexual man. That next photo is when the transition began, if I recall correctly, and that's a photo from the professor years. And the professor years of Brigitte Macron is when he statutorily Emmanuel Macron.
Yes.
Those are the prerequisites, by the way. Like, to becoming a leader of a world country, you got to like be in drama class, like Zelensky. You got to be a homosexual, like a lot of them tend to be. And are the new prerequisites that you need to have something in your closet like this, and the entire state is going to work feverishly to protect the secret?
Hey, this thing is motorbara. Let's continue.
And I want to be very clear here, right at the top, that this is obvious, very clear that it is an obvious and desperate public relations strategy. That's what this is. Where do we even begin? Okay, so let's rewind this. In case you're new here, a few weeks ago, Brigitte finally lost her defamation claim against two journalists, which was taking place for years, by the way.
And this is actually the crux of it, the fact that they had sued these journalists for leaking the story, but it was not really about that. It was about a technicality in the how the information was being disseminated, I believe. Anyway,
over in France, it was the most viral story worldwide. Everyone's going, okay, obviously something is here. She's been clinging to this defamation claim, saying, oh, well, I'm suing them for defamation, and this is not true. And Brigitte's world, therefore, came crashing down because that was her only effective PR strategy. That was the only thing that they used to dissuade the rumors that she was born a man. It was an absolute farce of a lawsuit, which relied upon the public not knowing the details of the lawsuit at all. In short, the lawsuit was not about whether or not she was born a man, okay? That's not the claims of defamation that she was bringing against them. But rather, it was very particular, and it was about whether or not Natasha Ray and Amandine Roy misspoke when Natasha said that a document that they had received throughout their investigation.
Why is this thing so laborious? Why can't they just, like, in my opinion, the only reason they're hiding this or not releasing any information on the matter is because Candace is right. These are due. This is a due. It is a man. It is a man. A degenerate groomer of a man.
Appeared to her to be fraudulent. I mean, they were getting really petty. She basically was like, if you make a mistake, I'm going to sue you for defamation. And of course, when you're working with people who won't answer basic questions, you are bound to make little mistakes. But like I said, Brigitte's entire PR strategy hinged upon public ignorance.
Yes.
And then the public ignorance went away when I did the Becoming Brigitte series, because people realized you only have to get one episode into that thing, okay?
Yeah, no, this thing is so weird how, like, just a random person, okay, not really random, like, it's not mainstream doing like an investigative journalism thing. No, it's a YouTuber. Because I found it odd, like right now, there's no mainstream media that has gone. If they say, oh, she's wrong, why is there no counter documentary or reveal all from the Macrons? I think they're trying to cook something in the back there. That's just me, but a lot of the elites these days, the corrupt elites, they're really dumb. Like, they're really stupid, very arrogant. They think they just, because for very many years they just call you some name, racist, misogynist, whatever, and then there's no argument after that. These days, they find that the argument is persisting and people are chasing the truth a bit more fervently. They don't want to deal with this bullshit propaganda that's been piped through our speakers for decades. We didn't even know those guys are being paid by such people, or at least the people that run these people. So very slowly, very meticulously, a lot of this bullshit is starting to be unveiled, and more people are starting to get it.
You realize these are not outlandish allegations. These are not allegations coming from the quote-unquote far right or the quote-unquote far left. These are not allegations that are coming from deep on a Reddit feed, okay? This is the reality. It is a couple in reality that has been involved in way too many pedophilic scandals, okay?
Yes.
Scandals that are related in some way or another to pedophiles.
Luke, what's going on over there?
I'm doing the work. I'm doing everything.
You're way...
People that they've worked with, people that they were friends with, artists that they've hired. Things just didn't look right. Then, of course, I invited you guys to recognize that the press in France lied about their origin story. They lied about everything. They tried to present them as some modern couple, telling us that she was so hot, she was Claudia Schiffer.
Seriously, this is the hot teacher that you're salivating over. We never used to. Actually, for us, it's like in high school. Anyway, we all know. They're trying to call her like this, like femme fatale, hot, sexy. Really? Where? Where is this thing hot and sexy that you're giving young boys sleepless nights? Although, to be honest, it didn't take much to get young boys horny.
And even though he was 14, she was just irresistible. And then you see this picture, and you're going, what? That's a picture? The hot teacher that the press was trying to sell so people wouldn't question this odd relationship?
Yeah.
A person that's...
Why wouldn't you? Even the parents, they were against it. Why haven't the parents come out a bit stronger? I guess, when they come for you, tell you, okay, girl, amachukua hii kitu nyamaza. We've seen parents here taking money and see, we see that here. When Babu Wino alifanya ile kitu si the father took the money, was like, after the guy himself came out and said, yeah, Babu is not bad. He shot me, but he's taking care of me.
40, being attracted or alleged to be 40, I actually think Brigitte's older than that, is attracted to a 14-year-old boy. That's disgusting. It's perverted, no matter what. This is an incredibly perverted story, which centers around...
Assuming that the dude is actually a woman, it is still a very sick thing. 40-year-old woman, 39, 40, going after 14-year-old boy in high school. Just That alone, it's a high level of grooming. I guess when he was 14, 15, and the woman gives you some taste, you're like, hey, man, I've tasted Pudesh, but hey, man. I guess it could turn your head, but even then, man, just think about it. What's that?
Individuals who happen to surround themselves with other perverts. That's the reality. You cannot look away from that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, right about the time that President Donald Trump personally called me and told me that Emmanuel Macron asked him to order me to just stop talking.
Unajua hii kitu yangu inakuaga fake, unajua. Actually si mimi nampiga stick, yeye ananipigaga stick side B. Abio yo Candace bana ache kaya bigi bana. Bana. Unajua anaharibu hapa hivi, unajua ile deal ilikuwa nimekuambia ya oil. Ile oil yetu ile niko nayo Afrika hapo West Africa. Itakuwa shia kidogo bana. Apia Candace akwema. Let me talk to Candace.
Talking about his wife's penis, then the world knew something was going on here. Because that's not normal. That is completely not normal for a sitting president to get on a plane, to come over and visit another sitting president, discuss Ukraine and Russia, negotiations for world peace, and then to take him to the side and say, hey. So, do you know Candace Owens is podcaster? Yeah, that was the moment where the world went, it's over, pack it up, go home. There's clearly something here.
Yes.
So Brigitte is now pivoting strategies. That's what's happening here. I told you already that they went to market in America to hire a crisis PR team on American soil. Again, a sitting president of a foreign country trying to hire a crisis PR team in America, that's not normal. Yeah. And it is more than likely, and I'm surmising here, that crisis PR team was the one that gave them this advice. After they lost against Amandine Roy, Natasha Ray, they probably said, file another lawsuit.
I think they do that mostly as a deterrent. Like they say, we'll go. It's the process, because the process includes a lot of exposes. It also involves a lot of money. But Candace can tell the subscribers, hey guys, we are raising money for this Macron lawsuit. And you see, I think she can make $1 million. She can make $1 million. And I think, that's why I keep on saying a lot of these elites have become really, like, they're very stupid. Like, they're not on the level. Yeah, they a lot of these have inherited the power and the money from their parents or whoever that actually worked for it, so they know the ropes, know how to play the game. Now they're just arrogant, stupid people who just throw an ideology at you and hope you just keep quiet. All this trans here, trans there in the West. Well, why do you think that became so accelerated, like in the last 10 years? Why do they want people to believe lies so much? And if you don't believe, they say you'll never have access to capital, you'll never have a job, social media is clamped down on. Like, it's total bullshit, and we know it, isn't it? Isn't it?
We know you can't win that lawsuit, but it doesn't matter. We just need you to file the lawsuit for the sake of press, so that you can again say to people, well, it's not true, because look, I'm suing Candace Owens.
Uh-huh.
If you need any more evidence that Brigitte Macron,
by the way, guys, so I have the cold, I think, so I'm also sweating a bit.
Is definitely a man. It is just what is happening right now. The idea that you would file this lawsuit is...
When he married that Brigitte, I knew there's something wrong with this dude. There's no one, like, you're picking, like we had that Kenyan guy who married like an old woman like this, but everybody knew it was for the money. They were telling the media, it is rough, he loves me so much. It's not my millions of shillings and my property. No, he loves me and my sage body overweight and my wrinkly body. We know it's total bullshit. This one feels like that was somebody was groomed until that point.
All of the proof that you need, okay? I have been in communication with their lawyers, or via our lawyers, like their lawyers and my lawyers have been speaking, phone calls, emails since January.
What if you could analyze the UX of any site with just a single click? Introducing
She's now named her law firm. I protected that, but now we can tell you it's Claire Locke, okay? Claire Locke is representing Brigitte and Emmanuel Macron, has been in communication with us for months, and yet they did not send us a copy of the lawsuit. They did not give my lawyer a heads up that they were filing a lawsuit, but they did instead opt to give this lawsuit ahead of time to the Financial Times, the New York Times, CBS News.
That's just weird. They're trying to put the story in front of the media before any other facts. That's what I was telling you. The propaganda covers the truth. So if you are just a mainstream media consumer, you rarely know the truth because you're always swallowing the propaganda. Oh, this person is like this. You don't ask any questions because you think mainstream media and TV is telling me the truth. It's not.
Does that tell you? It's a PR strategy. They don't care if they win. This is about running it through the press. And how much PR are we talking here? Claire Locke, Tom Locke, or Tom Claire, whatever his name is, they actually uploaded the lawsuit to their website, and then they gave CBS News a link to the uploaded lawsuit before I had been served, before my lawyer was even informed about it. I found out with all of you. I found out with the world. I found out from the Financial Times that I was being sued by the first couple of France. Not normal, guys. And even in the Financial Times, this is what's really funny, despite getting the exclusive on this story, and they must have gotten it yesterday, by the way, they definitely had to have received it at least yesterday, maybe even before then, because I think 3 people worked on the article. So this is not like they were breaking news. It was quite a long article. But even the Financial Times, despite getting the exclusive, they're kind of stating the obvious in the piece. They're like, yeah, this is a pretty steep mountain to scale. This has kind of never been done in the history of the world. Not sure what's up here. Specifically, the article.
The thing is, even if it's not been done, they can try and will it into existence for it to happen. Because whatever case they're citing or defamation, it's so weak. It's so difficult to do in America, by the way, to sue and get money. Unless it has to be plain lies. Now, if they're suing, but they're saying they're lies, but they should have already released the evidence to debunk her. If they do that, she's done. By the way, she'll lose. I think she might lose even half of her subscribers. It's very easy if you're in the system and you say, this woman is lying. Release the pictures. Show her out for who she is. But they're not. In case they're trying just to prolong the inevitable, I think eventually we'll just know. And then they'll come out and say, it's transphobic. I am telling you.
Reads, quote, the suit is a rare case of a serving world leader personally suing an online influencer over their content.
She hurt their feelings.
It goes on to read, the Macrons face a high legal bar since U.S. defamation laws require public figures to show actual malice, meaning the person knew the information was false or had a reckless disregard for the truth.
You see, even if it comes out that maybe it's not true what she's saying, she's operating in good faith to say, no, I don't believe them, and I want evidence. So her purpose for doing it will even make it even harder to get such a case, win such a case. Unless, of course, you can do corruption. I mean, can just get a judge who likes you and not to destroy Candace and can do it, but it's very hard, very difficult.
Making matters even more hilarious is the preschool principal that they have established here as the basis for their lawsuit. This is a quote from their lawyer. Given to the Financial Times, it reads, quote, Owens has dissected their appearance, their marriage, their friends, their family, and their personal history, twisting it all into a grotesque narrative designed to inflame and degrade.
How? That's the important question. How has it done that? Show us the evidence.
The Macron said in their filing, the result is relentless bullying on a worldwide scale.
Accountability. Now you see, the dude has changed himself to a woman. Now he's even lost accountability. Well, we are bullying you. One of the most powerful people in this world. We are bullying you. Get the hell out of here. You see, this is the language of the woke. Oh, it's bullying and harassment. So that you do not continue asking. They throw, he's a misogynist, he's a racist, he's a... So they don't follow through. But the fact is, we don't care about your little mind games and your little word games. These days, you show the evidence. Oh, I call you Mr. Brigitte. We don't care. You people at the top have shown to be extremely corrupt and very degenerate. It's like the entire world has to be around your degenerate behavior and your twisted minds. Like the whole world has to join in, support, and ally themselves to you. Seriously. Something that we know is just gonna destroy everything anyway. Like that's how you know these people are not good people.
Yeah. Okay, so my first question is, how old are you?
Yes.
Are you 5 years old? Really?
Yeah.
This is bullying, is what you're coming at me with, which, by the way, is exactly what they're coming at Xavier Poussard with, which I should mention now. Xavier Poussard is not being sued for defamation. He's the one that wrote the book that I based my entire report on. They're not suing him for defamation. No. They're going, you're a bully. We're going to sue you. And
they have a big problem. It's already on print. It's already on. There'll be more documentaries. There'll be more fact. They're messed. And you see the problem with the current elites. They think they just hand wave everything, like your president. Just say, no, I've been doing serious development, job creation, but there's no tangible result on the economy or people's pocketbooks. Yes, that's exactly. They just make statements. Because they expect that because you watch mainstream media a lot, you would believe anything because the mainstream media said it.
We're going to launch this lawsuit against Candace in the United States, not against you as a French citizen, because we know we can't win this, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because courts take a long time to establish that. And in the meantime,
it's the process.
We can just say finally that we're suing her. Secondly, the audacity for Brigitte Macron to call me a bully. When we just watched Brigitte physically assault her husband on the world stage, you pummeled him. You beat him. You're the bully. You're over here. Oh, I don't like Candace's words.
Okay, she wasn't. It's not exactly. Candace, relax. Pummeling. Okay, maybe they know You're a Pamela. Brigitte. You're a Pamela.
You whooped your husband in front of the entire world on a plane.
Yeah.
You're the bully. You're the bully, Brigitte. And you
Now, I'm telling you, a lot of these guys don't have impulse control. That's what I kept on saying. See, like things like this, you never, like the old school politicians they are very careful. They will, whatever will happen at the back, then they come in front. Yeah, yes, yes, yes. As you're saying, the development, it's the same. But these people, they're so arrogant because they've had it their way and they're bullshit for so long. They think they just throw it out there and it's okay.
Bullying him, I would bet, since he was 14 years old. I think you've been grooming him, and that's the worst kind of bullying.
I also
in my viewpoint.
I also believe it.
By the way, I want to read you this from their lawsuit because I obviously have not had time to read all of this.
Oh wow. This is called legalese now. I'm sure there's a lot of repetitions and weird claims and long emotional tirades. This is what this is for. It's the process to make everything difficult so that you don't. But the truth, it shall come out, even despite your novel long
right.
lawsuit.
The Financial Times reported that the lawsuit also says that their filing includes a description of the circumstances in which they met. The president was a 15-year-old student at a Jesuit high school in Amiens when he first encountered Brigitte, then a 39-year-old married teacher with 3 children. So much of that is not true. Again, they're trying to say he's 15, he was 14. According to
those children, if she can just produce the children, madam. Sir, produce the children. Where are they? No, sir, sorry. You see, they confuse you now. I'm calling madam. It's sir.
Filings, they quote, formed a deeper intellectual connection when she directed a production of the 1971 Milan Kundera play, Jack.
Intellectual conversation of 14, 15-year-old. Really, that's what they want us to buy. That he was attracted to the boy for his intellectual pursuits. That's what they want us to buy. We are so messed. The people who are leading this world, my God, these people are horrible.
And his master, in which Macron played the lead role. And later, the two began meeting regularly to collaborate on another play. Their relationship, quote, remained within the bounds of the law, the filings say. But when the teenager's parents found out about his, quote, strong feelings for his teacher, they moved him to a different school. Before he left, he told her, whatever you do, I will marry you. Dude, you're such a creep. Like, the fact that you're stating this as a defense, and you're not even telling the truth here, okay? Because you can't ignore the facts.
The truth is a lot to us. That's why they think saying this makes things a bit better, because legal age is 15 there in France. You people are sick. Again, like they thought, if we release this, it will sound romantic. And just like they lack self-awareness so much. They think that such degeneracy will just be released and be like, you see? So what they are hiding is actually a lot more nefarious. Let's be real. What they are hiding, the fact that this dude, Brigitte, has been basically denying this guy from the time he was 14. But they made him president, I guess. I guess the grooming does take a long time. If you come out correct, you can be president. Is it true, Big Mike? I don't know.
How old he was when he was in that play. You just can't. So happy to go through this in court. But do you realize how creepy you are? How creepy this sounds? His parents then took him away because I'm disgusting, right? Because I'm a creep. Because I had power over this student and tried to seduce him, not because I looked like Claudia Schiffer, because I'm just like a creepy old man. Like, that's what happened here. And you saying this is like, oh, it's so disgusting.
Ladies and gentlemen, this thing is 51 minutes long. Please go over there on the Candace Owens channel. Watch the rest of it. It's interesting. If you have time, also you can watch the series she did about becoming Brigitte. That dude, I'm invested. I want to know the truth. I kind of, in my opinion, I already know the truth. Yes, that's the dude. And it goes to show you just how degenerate your elites are, Westerners. Yeah, we also have our degenerates here, but yours are like, I'm taking it to another level, my guy. Like from 14, my guy. Brigitte, my guy. What is your problem, my guy, my guy? You guys toy from the time they're like in Form Wheezy for she's. Is it Form Wheezy? Yes, Form Wheezy. Form Wheezy. You've quite a lad, whether you're calling that lad top corner. Side B guys are chomaing. You guys are mad, you two. What? Yes. Hey. Hii kitu tafuata mpaka mwisho. Anyway, I don't know what you think of that. My reaction to that Candace Owens and Brigitte Macron lawsuit. Defamation lawsuit. Please subscribe to the channel. We are going to 10,000. Leave a like. This video deserves a like. Leave a like. Comment down there what you think about these degenerates of the West and their nonsense about these weirdo lifestyles. Like, what is it with these people and this pedo behavior and all kinds of, Jesus Christ, what is it with them? Yeah? Anyway, until next time. Oh, I will leave the link to this video in the comment section kama kawaida, so that you can go finish the story. See you.